Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Legends of Another World, Curse of Saria. It's been a while for me since I recorded the last part, so it may take a few moments to get back up to speed. We had just defeated Yahweh and Tamiku, two of the three members of the Trinity, and the door at the back of this room has just opened, so I need to reunite the party, I think, and try to get through that door. These switches are confusing me, but fortunately namida added these new party switch portals in the rooms where Yahweh and Tamiku were. Okay, I've got one group together. I don't really want to do any battles while the party is split, so I'll flee. I would like to... Right, I need the yellow switch to be pulled. That's fine. Silence doesn't prevent flee that I know of. Yeah, I want to combine and have a look at my setup to decide how to allocate the trainers and other equipment choices before moving on, so I'll be back in a second. Okay, the biggest change I've made to my setup was realising that Ivy's magic stat is going to hit the cap by level 99 even without the magic trainer, so I've passed that on to Amanda. And I've given Ivy the HP trainer because everyone is going to hit the HP cap with HP plus 100% taken into account. But for the end game, there are two Ultra HPs. Harley has one already, so if I assume that Ivy is going to eventually get the other when she gets a free slot from no longer needing EXP Turbo, it makes sense to boost her HP as much as possible, especially as she doesn't even have the HP plus 100% equipped at the moment. Changed the others around a little bit. I wanted Leanna to get the strength trainer for a while because her strength is behind Tara's and she's the one who's actually in my front party at the moment. The other thing is that Harley now has used blue magic, so I've got a few of these I can give him. Shockwave, he already has solidity. Okay, I've got a few spares, it seems. At some point in the game I may go back to the early game monsters and see how many of the missing blue magics I can get for him. Let's see what he already has. Yeah, quite a few of the early ones are missing. Not that I would actually have much use for them, but it is nice to fill out the list. However, Shockwave, no. Solidity gives haste, shield and aura all in one move. That's a very nice one to have. And G-Force, of course, has been tremendously useful against the enemies in this dungeon. Ghost Breath and Holy deals much higher damage to undead enemies. I don't think I've had the chance to use that yet, but there it is. Glory, that sounds extremely useful. Probably has a very high BP cost. Oh no, 20. Oh yes, I was looking at Holy. Glory, 100. Still, very useful thing to have. Okay, I think we're all set. Time to see what's through this door. Oh, we did it! Yahweh and Tamiku are gone. So next we have to find Coda, right? Yes. Chances are he's going to the same place as we are. So we keep going and kick his ass when we run into him. Exactly. Then we just have to deal with Lunaris and we're done. And what's the catch? The insanely overpowered security system guarding Lunaris. Even with the key, we're going to have to deal with it. Of course. There's a prototype of it somewhere near Haldwa, but I made some changes to the final design. So I think she's talking about Protolock, one of the optional bosses I ran into a while ago that gave me a lot of trouble. So if I'm going to have to defeat a stronger version of that, wow. But if you made it, can't you just disable it? Of course not. What's the point of a fancy security system if it can simply be disabled? No, I bet I can think of a way to disable it. Unless your idea is to smash it to bits, it isn't going to work. That was my idea! Typical Liana. You are not as close as you think. Who's there? Even you believed that would defeat me, but I am far more powerful than that. Zeon. Indeed. All I need is some time. Before you know it, Yahweh and Tamiku will be back, and you will be gone. And since you cannot touch me, I have all the time I need. But so do we. I think this dialogue is cluing us to the idea that we can go back into the main world and do side quest stuff. Typical for an RPG. Great, so how does this affect our plan? Okay, let's see. She's probably going to help Coda and even Lunaris, just like she helped Yahweh and Tamiku. And I guess we have to defeat her too. Oh, but at this point, Zeon has no physical form, only spiritual. How are we even going to face her, let alone win? I don't know. I'll try to think of something. But for now, let's focus on the rest of our plan. If we keep following this path, it'll take us to the core of the palace. That's where Lunaris really is. And if we don't find Coda, then we have two options. We can either wait for him or go hunt him down. Any other threats we should be aware of? Powerful monsters, but that's about it. Fine, let's do this. Okay, I'm going to save. Don't want to have to do that cutscene again. I can't move on to that tile. Okay, just a selection of monsters we've already seen before, so I'll just do this one by myself. Okay, that was pretty simple. I just put everyone to sleep and then used magic attacks like Disaster until they all went down. The battle did remind me that I got some AP and I should check how everyone is. It's been a while. I think that everyone has learned everything except for Alicia and Ivy. So Alicia just has Draw Physical and Draw Magical to learn. I'm going to get both, even though they're not much use for her. I won't get Flee because I don't like it appearing at the top of the list and it therefore being possible to get by accident. Oh, but Alicia doesn't have Use Technique currently equipped. I'll put it on instead of Theft Master. And I'll give Theft Master to Liana. No, I want to keep all the things she has on at the moment. Can anyone take over the... Yeah, Harley can take over the Kicks Turbo. So Leanna gets Theft Master, Harley gets Kit's Turbo. And let's check how Alicia is in terms of learning techniques. Quick attack, no use to her, but I'll get that when I have the AP just to fill up the list. Now Ivy is a more interesting case because there are actually useful skills for her left. So Full Cure is her only, Full Cure and Amnestona, which is quite a possible useful one. For White Magic, for Black, Static, Absorb, Osmosis. Okay, that's actually all. So let's get Static and Amnestona. And I have enough still for Staticia. And I'll leave the rest for now. So I'll be able to get all of those by the end of the game, almost certainly. Oh, I think I see what's going on. This path is actually going under the other one. It's kind of hard to see on this tile because it really looks as if this tile is continuous with the one just below it. But that's a clever card. It's actually kind of hard to do that in the RPG Maker. I've found out that this is one thing that I've only just... I've started making my project now in the interval between this video and the last one. And that it does require some cunning to set up that kind of underpass. But it's beyond the scope of this video to really talk about how that's done. So that's a booster. Okay, more old enemies. These will be dealt with just the same way. Put the nuisancer to sleep and then it becomes pretty easy. So the best part of that fight was witnessing Amanda hitting the steelworks for over 80,000 with Disaster. Anyway, this is a bit weird because the passages are going over and under each other, but they meet up again. So, I don't know, you could do much more interesting things with the over and under than this. You could make a real maze where where it's a puzzle to work out how to get to each of the locations, and I don't really think Namida's done a very good job with making it an interesting maze. Anyway, another battle. The nuisances still take a long time to go down because they have such high magical defense. Unfortunately, once my party members are hasted, it's very easy to make sure I can always put it back to sleep when it wakes up. Anyway, I got an electron bomb from that, which was rather nice. I think, yeah, that's just the blue magic for shockwave. So, again, I've got quite a few of these that both Ivy and Harley already have. And the chest. Ooh, 3 turns. How many do I have now? I do have 10 turbo boosts. That's just enough to go back to Sisona and turn them in for another auto haste, which is an excellent thing. I've also got enough for an auto regen. I don't quite have enough defenders for another auto wall, which is a shame, but those are excellent. Nothing on that route, so yeah, the maze just peters out into... Now, what's this? This looks important, but it's nothing. However, that's a very nice reward from that. Okay, so this branches out. It's a kind of tree thing. Oh, and each path has... And I think these teleports are all going to go to that final one, so if I want all the chests, and I do, I better go down all the paths. Dispel Strike, very nice. The one in the middle is the Malcontor, which was much more of a threat than the other enemies, but I did work out a good way of dealing with it, which is simply to look at its vulnerabilities. So, poison, it's immune to sleep. What did I do that was a good combination? I'm trying to remember now. Anyway, putting it under poison is a great way to make it much less of a threat. Oh, actually, I may as well show this battle so you can see how it goes. So Alicia, I'm pretty sure, can one-shot those with a normal attack. Sleep attack the Curasphere and use Disaster. Okay, it uses Solidity, so dispel that. Oh, I think that's right. That's the thing I found. Maybe if I dispel it every time it has a turn, it will always put that back on itself, and then it doesn't do anything damaging to my party. That sounds likely. Also, it is vulnerable to weakness and meltdown, so... Oh no, it does still use trauma, which is pretty nasty. Don't know what its HP is at the moment. Medium resistance to slow, so I could try. I don't have a slow attack, so I'll just continue beating on it until it goes down. Don't want to risk that thing waking up, so just use Flare to finish it off. Oh. In that case, I'll just use a normal attack. So I am getting some nice AP gains from the enemies in this dungeon. And Ivy's hit level 90. Okay, going for the second chest. Sneaky Powder, very nice. In the chat just before recording this video, I was talking with Nepster. One thing I mentioned was that I didn't remember whether it's possible to get an unlimited number of Sneaky Powders in the end game, and Nepster says you can buy them. I've only got 2. They're not actually very useful because most things are immune to those. Got another tonic. So I only need 10 to get an auto regen. I could obviously farm until I have 20, but that would be overkill. I'm not going to bother doing that. empty. Gotta check them all though. Oh, this is an interesting battle now. The one on the far right, Capsidy, was also a bit of a problem for me at first, but again it's a matter of checking the vulnerabilities, or vulnerable abilities as this game insists on calling them. So with this one, Sleep and Poison takes care of it very easily. And as for the roach thingies, they give an elixir, very nice. My party is so strong now that even Flare isn't doing very much to us. There we are, pretty easy fight. So I've done all 4 on this side, going over to the other side now. And there are more battles on the way. Ooh, 3 times luck plus. Now, Alicia has been using the luck trainer, but it's still a long way from maxing, and Liana and Tara are a long way behind in terms of luck. I'm just going to give the luck pluses to Alicia because I want her to have as much as possible. That's giving her more criticals, and her criticals do a ton of damage. I think that's much more important than giving Liana or Tara a little boost. Ooh, monster in a box. It's just 2 of these. Should be no problem because I know what to do with them. I was going for switch, put poison on both. I can't remember whether these have a purifier. Okay, 2 more of those then. Is Harley the only one who has Dispel? Well, Ivy also has it, but it's not her turn either. That's a lot of statuses all at once. Okay, are there any particularly good blue magics? Atomic Blast sounds good, let's give it a try. Yeah. Unfortunately, Ivy doesn't have... Oh, 2 traumas. That's a bit worse than I was... Right, I'll have to think about how to prepare for that one. Okay, Ivy is at a nice high level, so I've taken her EXP turbo off and given her HP plus 100% and Ultra HP. Now she is in a much better position to survive. Let's hope that's enough. I should have... no, actually, I don't have very many items at the moment. I was wondering if I had the one that inflicts poison, and I don't. But Harley can at least put haste on Ivy. Don't have... I don't have a dispel technique. But now that Ivy's hasted, it's much easier to keep doing that. No, I haven't poisoned this one yet. Now I have. Oh, Amanda's been silenced. Switch her then for Alicia. Okay, now that one of them's down, this should go a bit more smoothly. Of course, that doesn't quite do full HP because it only puts Ivy up to 9999. Still, Fury will take care of that. And it died on its own turn. How... not exactly ironic, but cute. So everyone's getting up there in level terms. Okay. Time to go grab the other two chests. Or heal up first. Heal up and save. Corona doesn't bring Harley to full health anymore. Five tomes. I can't even remember when the last time was that I used those. So just one Malcontor is no problem anymore. Already got that chest. So this is the last one. Defender times 2. Now, did I have 7 or... I think I had 8 before, so... Yes, I have 10 defenders. Right, I would really like to go back to Sisona right now, but... This isn't a good place to do that in the middle of a dungeon. So I'm going to peek at what's ahead. I'm thinking that this has been so long that there may be another of the healing crystals that also acts as a teleport that I can get back to with the... Oh, it is another maze like this. But this one seems fairly easy. Another maze that another teleport that I can get back to with the balloon if I come out of the dungeon. Anyway, so this one isn't even a maze, it's just a linear path that looks a bit confusing. And we have these again, it's been a while. They are not very scary at all. They have high resistance to sleep, but I think I can really just attack them until they go down. Oh, they're pretty strong against her physical. I misremembered. Oh, that's right. They have high defense and high spirit, but they are vulnerable to breaker attack. So... I couldn't be bothered to scroll all the way down to disaster. Oh great, I think everyone except Liana is 90 or above. Except Vince, he doesn't count. Vaccines, never use them. Another easy encounter. And Vince is now level 90 as well. Ooh, this does go on for a while. Okay, the large snake, I think it's called a Zolom, hasn't appeared in this episode yet. It's also not very difficult, if I remember rightly. Was it vulnerable to? Yes, it is. So just hit it with that. Put haste on my physical attackers. The hyper potion is good. Yeah, it hurts a bit, but not too much. Another defender, just when I don't actually need it anymore. Ooh, there's a door there. I think we're getting to the end of this part of the dungeon. And look who's there. Well, I don't know how long the episode's been going on for. Obviously much shorter than the actual time I've been playing, because I've been cutting out many of the repeated battles, but I definitely want to fit this at least into the episode. Oh, cutscene started when I was some distance away, so I didn't get to save. Now that is not actually fair, Namida. You really should not do that. And Coda, you aren't getting away this time. So you're all here. This is where you end, Coda. I guess this door is where I need that key you were so kind as to bring me. And since you were so kind as to dispose of the Trinity, I don't need to keep you around either, Aisha. What's he talking about? Oh, didn't she tell you? Weren't you wondering why the world hasn't gone crazy after you destroyed the Trinity? The Trinity aren't Lunaris' opposite. Aisha herself is. So that's what was said in the first version of the mountain cutscene, the one Namida decided to change. So the change apparently wasn't because that's no longer true, it's because he didn't want it to be revealed at that point. That's also why she couldn't let Lunaris be destroyed. She'd have to go too. What? It's true, Lunaris has to be destroyed. I didn't want you all to know it would affect me too. Oh, we'll just find a way around it. Ha! You really think you can? Yes, we will! No, there is no way. Maybe if we only had Lunaris to worry about, we could find a way, but I think this is the key to our other problem. What other problem? Oh, never you mind. If I won't let this stand in our way, I won't let you stand in our way either. We're with you. Coda, time to die. So, in Coda's previous appearances, he's always let us live and run off, leaving us to fight a monster, which does suggest that he's actually not that powerful himself. But this time he's going to be backed up by Xeon, so at least that is kind of explained. Oh yeah? Lunaris, take me! Or that. Okay, so I've come into this pretty much unprepared. At least my party members are at full health. So I'll do the usual boss things of putting Excel on. Haste, wall as quickly as possible. Nothing to steal. It's an endgame boss, that's to be expected. Okay, powerful trauma that can inflict virus. Now, that's pretty nasty because obviously it stops me healing. I should see if I can switch one of my party members. Probably makes most sense to switch Liana out. I haven't scanned him yet. Okay, Alicia can do some damage at least. But the next trauma would finish the entire party if I don't switch Liana for someone who's at full health. Now, do you have any... Okay, 300,000, I've got 6th of it down. Immune to a lot of things, but low resistance to weakness and meltdown, so I could cast those. I don't think there is a black magic to cast them, is there? That would more come under blue magic. Okay, then I'll just see how you react to disaster. 60,000 off in one go. Nice. Ooh. Zeon cast haste on him. Right. Amanda's doing the most damage, so let's haste her as well. Oh, and it has disaster. Fortunately, that didn't wipe me. If I put Aisha in, does she have... She does have Revive Owner. And at this point, I'm just going to switch Amanda in for another disaster. Because, in fact, I only need to use that twice and this is over. Or, no, not twice, it's doing... Okay, thank you. Single target attack doing very little. Just what I wanted to see. Whoa, it's a bit late in the fight for that. Sorry, mate. And everyone's alive, so I can just... it must be very low on HP now. Yeah, should be able to take that out fairly soon. Oh. Okay, that was a bit of overconfidence. And now I have to go a long way back. So I'll just not only do that again off camera, I'll cut back in when I'm about the same distance into the fight. Well, I decided that it would be only fair to keep the entire battle in the video, so I'm here, ready to start over. And in a way I'm glad I had to do that section again, because one of the I got a battle including a nuisance 3 times running, and by the end of it I was so sick that I had a look for other ways to take it out, and I found one that I had found last time I was playing this game that I have forgotten because it's been so long, which is that the nuisance can be put under the zombie status, and then Harley's full cure will one-shot it. Anyway, second time round for this fight, the only change I'm making is to put Amanda in the party to start with, and I've given her auto haste, so her disaster should come a bit more frequently. I could do more preparation than that for this fight, but it seems a bit unfair when I so nearly beat it the first time without preparation. So... Silence is annoying, but I have quite a few of these remedies now because I've bought so many nuisances. I'm not sure if dispelling the haste is actually doing any good. I mean, it is forcing him to recast it, but is that better for me than... Because he seems to be recasting it almost as a counterattack, so... That was a careless slip on my part to use Revive instead of Revivia. Anyway, not too hard. 500 AP though. Well, that will take care of my remaining AP problems. Goodbye. Well, that's Coda out of the picture, which just leaves Lunaris and Xeon. Right. So, as Coda said, I am Lunaris's opposite. The Trinity are the only ones who enforce this whole balance thing. I thought after we defeated Yahweh and Tamiku, we wouldn't have to worry about it anymore. But Xeon survived. Precisely. Which means that in order for Lunaris to go, either myself or Xeon has to go too. But Xeon would simply create you and Lunaris again, would she not? And then this will be almost for nothing. I mean, we got Coda, but still. But we can't reach Xeon. Oh, that wasn't Harley's voice. Sorry, it's been a while since I last recorded, and there are 8 of them to keep track of. Xeon will make things go crazy if either myself or Lunaris is destroyed. So you and him have to go at the same time, just like Yahweh and Tamiku. That's what I thought at first. But now, if we can throw the balance off for just the right of time, it will blur the distinctions. Okay, sorry, Namida, you've lost me. I don't understand what's going on. Even Xeon only has so much she can handle. Throw too much at her and all will start to break down. Now, what are you trying to... And that is not Amanda's voice. Amanda is lower than the other female characters, but... what are you trying to say? First, we defeat Lunaris. Then we wait a bit before I go too. This should mess Xeon up enough. Okay, so we defeat Lunaris and... No. I don't understand. Enough for what? Enough that the distinctions between the physical and the spiritual will become blurred. During this time, you get her. The end results, no Lunaris and no Xeon or Trinity to recreate him. Lunaris will be gone for good. And there's that security system you mentioned too, right? Yes, it's going to be pretty rapid fire. The security system, Lunaris and Xeon, and I won't be with you for Xeon. It's not much further to go now. It's nearly over, everyone. Right, let's finish this. Okay, so I hope that through this door... So this is where we use the key? No, not at all. Coda's just a moron. Just push it open. I'll leave that for a moment. It's a choice chest, I think. But yes, this is what I was looking for. Another save point. You will now be able to come directly to this room from the blue. Also what I hoped for. So I don't have to go through that long dungeon again. And this is definitely a good point to make an end to the episode. Thank you for watching and see you next time.